hello there. Had a rough case of hiatus, like a real real Ferris Bueller alien stuff. But I'm back on this Monday following a 4th of July weekend, following my first pitch for the Cubs, following the Djokovic rally that was just unbelievable to see in so many fun sports moments. Alvin Kamara's first pitch, we'll get into that. And the reason I'm back, I came all the way back to Los Angeles and I said, Self, you have these amazing guests and you pulled two of the biggest fish possible for your show to come back. We have Patrick Mahomes. That's right. Super Bowl champion 3 times over. Patrick Mahomes on his framework mentally of what this season looks like, on his receiver room, on Max Crosby and exchanging pleasantries and headbutts and what their dynamic is. Is he besties with Tom Brady? What will that mean for him? What about his legacy? Entering year 9 since he was drafted. So much to go over with Patrick. It is the first time he's joined us on Up and Adams. Super precious and amazing. And then we also have our FanDuel fam here, Jordan Spieth on the mend, cheating on his putter. That's right, TMZ cameras caught him. The blade versus the, what is it called? The mallet? Hammer? Oh, you guys tell me what you want me to ask. Jordan Spieth, is he playing? Is he suiting up? Is he going to do his thing in the British Open, Ryder Cup questions, everything? Please let us know what you want answered. Up and Adams is back. British Open a few weeks away. Let's get into it. British Open. That one I know a little bit less about. Ryder Cup I know is super exciting and thrilling. Jordan Spieth wants to play. I'm sure he's doing everything he can to rehab. And what a guy that when he's not feeling 100%, maybe he is, we'll get the temp check, joining the show. It's like our little routine. We get, me, Jordan Spieth, Matthew Hamilton, always a fun face to see. These are the usuals. This is part of the family. The Gronks, the KDs. Patrick Mahomes, not one of those. That is a bit of a record scratcher. And we love him, and he is the GOAT, and he is on the show today.
Yeah, could not be more excited for that. This is one, obviously, we've wanted for forever. He's Patrick freaking Mahomes. So really excited for everybody to get to check out this one.
We'll talk a little bit about the receiver room. You watched the interview as part of the editing process, of course, and some things stuck out to you that we're going to get to in the break. Little, Matthew Hamilton nuances, if you will. Do we talk about the Eagles? Yeah, we do. We mentioned them. Do we talk about the top 100 list that he, famously 1, 2, 3, 4. What does he think about it? What's his relationship with it? Where should he be? You guys tell us at Up and Adams Show. Good to see you, Hammy. Good to be back. And away we go. It was my pitch made more noise than this NFL weekend. Alvin Kamara is popping off after his 19 pitches out at Wrigley on the mound. But as far as the NFL, kind of quiet weekend, which is nice, I'm sure, for NFL media fans alike. We're getting there. Training camp is right around the corner. We did get a little news out of Pittsburgh in really what has been their offseason, which is uncharacteristic for that Steelers organization. I want to get into it. Steelers, they have not publicly come out and said what JALEN RAMSEY, Pittsburgh Steeler crazy, what his role is going to be. But Ryan Clark of ESPN shared this FaceTime screenshot of JALEN and Hall of Famer Troy Polamalu over the weekend. And that's sort of given some fuel to some of the speculation that Ramsey is going to be making the move to the safety position. This really reminded me of what another very legendary Steelers DB had to say to me a few weeks ago about JALEN. Now, mind you, this was pre-trade. We were ahead of it. This was back when JALEN was still a Dolphin, but we asked Rod Woodson, an excellent guest, by the way, about it. I have a question for you, Rod. JALEN RAMSEY. People are suggesting that he's shift to safety. What do you make of that?
I think mindset, he is capable of doing it. I think he does have that physicality. He does like to tackle.
We were ahead of this. We love Brad Woodson, and nobody knows what it takes, as you heard from him there, what it takes to make that switch like he does. And it does make perfect sense, doesn't it? Minka's going back to Miami. Darius Slade, Joey Porter Jr. at corner. I mean, that is a way to get your best talent on the field. And JALEN, we know he can play the ball. We know he has the physicality, which Rod, of course, alluded to there. Is this going to bring out the best of JALEN RAMSEY? Is this going to take This entire defense to a whole other level. And this is assuming, of course, TJ Watt is back. Surprisingly, that's not done yet. That's a whole other story. But if you look at the odds, okay, interestingly enough, let's flash these up here. FanDuel Sportsbook, the place to be. Rodgers and DK and JALEN, all these moves have not moved the needle at the old sportsbook. As you can see, the Steelers, interesting. They're favored to miss the playoffs at plus 140 to get in, okay? Right behind the Cardinals. Right behind the Vikings, Chicago. Chicago is getting better odds right now to win the Super Bowl than Rodgers and these Steelers. Hamilton, is this right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Bears are plus 4,300. Steelers in there are plus 4,400.
What do you think?
I think it's the first time Chicago's been favored over Aaron Rodgers in a long time. But yeah, it is shocking because you look at the Steelers and their history with Mike Tomlin, even with all the quarterback messes that have gone on over the years, they've been right there in that playoff picture. It just shows, and even after signing Aaron Rodgers, the lines didn't move very much. So I guess it shows that there's still some questions, some apprehension surrounding Rodgers. But
do you have any?
If he's out there, no, I think this is absolutely a playoff team.
Maybe the FanDuel overlords are on a hiatus. And they didn't update it. And maybe, as always, the Up and Adams bump, that Rod Woodson will knock some sense. But while they are on hiatus, you guys need to get over to FanDuel Sportsbook here for this. This has nothing to do, we're trying to just contextualize it with Chicago. I'm just saying the value right now of this. And this is a team that it's all Aaron. It's all anti-Aaron, Hamilton. There's no other way to explain this. There's no worry that TJ Watt's not going to come back. There's no worry this isn't going to be a playoff-ish team. There's no world, but where are they in relation to the Bengals?
They're behind the Bengals. Hold on, let me see. As far as the division,
that's interesting because the Bengals
are plus 240 to win the division. The Steelers are plus 500. So pretty big gap there.
Pretty big gap there. I'd get over there to FanDuel Sportsbook. I mean, because you got to look at the track record. This is literally people. I'm talking to you, FanDuel. The call's coming from inside the house. This is people. That's my favorite phrase. This is just a disbelief in him being able to come back, which we have outlined over and over again. The second year off a devastating season-ending injury is the year to go all in and believe in the guy. I believe in him. I like that over there. All right, let's flip over to the Eagles, okay? Let's stay with the sports book, even though I just completely trashed the sports book and said they're sleeping at the wheel, giving you the customer value. So go enjoy that. There has been a shift in the winds, okay, at the Super Bowl odds as we get closer to training camp, which is just around the corner. Thank goodness. Bills, Ravens, take a look. They're tied as the faves to take home Super Bowl 60. These two will see each other week 1 on Sunday Night Football, exactly 2 months from today. Coincidentally, defending champion Eagles third here at plus 750, Chiefs fourth at plus 800. So 3 of the top 4 contenders are all AFC teams, which underscores even more why I think Philly has a great shot to repeat. And I don't know why that is not a bigger topic of discussion this offseason. Let me tell you what I mean. 10 of the Eagles, 11 offensive starters are back. Becton, the only loss there. They did take some hits on the defensive side of the ball, but Howie Roseman's been prepping for this. He's been ready. And young players are going to step up and fill in. I don't think he's done either, by the way. He's a maniac. He doesn't know. He took the hiatus vaccine at birth. There's no hiatus in his game, okay? He does not take breaks. He's not at the shore. He's not wearing a thong like Jason Kelce. He does not vacation, this man, okay? And even when he does, he's wheeling and dealing. Trey Hendrickson, okay? The TJ Watt situations. You think that these things dragging on aren't so sexy to him? He's not just like freaking out and saying, I'm going to strike at the perfect moment. So I would not put it, I don't have any information. I just know the man, okay? I would not put it past him to make something happen there. And there are guys they're still out of depth, I feel like, Stephon Gilmore, this Jalen Ramsey thing. I keep looking at the free agents or the guys still available. I mean, he's a DPOY champion, a championship caliber guy. Justin Simmons still available. The only elixir to Patrick Mahomes. Did I bring up Justin Simmons to Patrick Mahomes? Do you think I'm crazy? Of course I did not. Asante Samuel available too. So if you look at the value over at FanDuel Sportsbook, plus 750 to repeat, plus 370 to win the NFC again, plus 115 to win 12 or more games. Some great returns there for a team that is absolutely loaded. Okay, up next, we have Jordan Spieth joining the show. Will we talk Cowboys? Sure. Will we talk Mavericks? Probably not, because they didn't land Kevin Durant. There's a Texas connection there. We'll talk a little hoops, a little putter. It's all coming up. Most of the reactions to the teaser we put out on Patrick Mahomes, Hammy, are Eagles fans.
Really?
Just not having any sort of a, like, he's going to come back. And like, the truth is, that's great for them because it's earned.
Yeah.
But the truth is also, I don't know. I just feel like don't do that.
Just keep, do not poke the bear. We've seen it enough with him. That's all you need, is to poke the bear. I'd like to see a rematch. Round 3. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that would be, and it could happen.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely could happen. Again, I think the path, there are a lot of question marks in the NFC outside the Eagles at the top. With what the Lions have gone through,
100%.
The Vikings, and we got to see what JJ McCarthy is still, the Commanders having to do it again. Like there are a lot of questions there. So the path is there for the Eagles to do it again.
Golf is finding its way into Kay's life, and we all need to be thankful. No, golf is just Jordan's. I have room for Jordan Spieth. That's all I have. Okay, yes, I threw the first.
You didn't
pitch.
think you were, you didn't think you were going to get through the show without me bringing this up. Let's bring up the video. Let's see the first pitch.
Yeah, let's see it.
How is this different? How is this different from your first one a couple of years ago? I feel like that one you nailed. This one, I feel like you kind of mailed it in a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I weighed more. I think that actually, I'm not joking. I think that mattered. I think I weighed like 10 pounds more, and that helped me. This one, but I looked way cute this time. No, this isn't. Oh, I didn't send you the marquee one. We'll have to talk about this in another break. Sorry, I thought I sent you the marquee, the one from courtesy of Marquee Sports. Oh, go on. You're such an asshole.
The evidence is just piling up here. This got a bigger reaction than the first pitch. Is this love affair with the Cubs mascot?
I think the reason that I had a bad pitch is that this joker would not leave me alone. This Clark, I believe, Clark's in the DMs. Clark is wanting to take me to Cabo. Clark is like, Clark, put some pants on. First of all, like, it's a little much. Put some pants on. Secondly, I think he was in my head. He tried playing catch with me before, but it wasn't like he was doing it to get, like he wanted me, He's in love with me. What can I tell you? Oh, here it is.
I mean, Billy Buffalo's going to have to step up his game.
It's Bob Uecker a little outside, except what was I? You know what I did? I don't want to do too much. And it's because I'm not a pro athlete, and I want people to just be like, undersell, over deliver. So but I really didn't give any effort. My nieces and nephews would be embarrassed. Welcome back to the Up and Adam Show. Patrick Mahomes is on the program. Very excited about that. And our first guest today, he's like a regular. He's like part of our family. 3-time major champ, soon to be father of 3. Jordan, this baby's coming.
We're on baby watch right now officially. Yeah.
I'm excited. Jordan Spieth joining the show. Now, I know that you're like an expert at throwing the pitch. Oh, I watched them all this morning. How many times did you do it? 3 times?
I think I've done 5. My most recent was actually terrible, and it might be bad enough where I'm not sure that I'm going to do another one for a while.
I was able
to throw. I did one a couple years ago here at the new Ranger Stadium, and we don't need to find that one. I was fine. As I was sitting here, I was watching yours, and I'm more than happy to talk about that. That one was all right. Okay.
Let's do that.
That was Fenway. There's Wrigley.
Shorts. I love that. Okay, Wrigley, iconic.
Yeah. I mean,
you seem happy.
And then some Rangers ones. That was probably the best one there. But I didn't know you were a lefty.
Yeah.
So there's potential there. My dad was a left-handed pitcher, and he played college baseball, and so that's how I got into it. That's why I'm left-handed. He always said, if you're lefty, you don't have to throw it that hard, and you can still pitch in the majors because you got a lot of weird movement and stuff. But obviously, yours started down the strike zone and tailed off. I think you're getting more crap than you should.
Thank you. I thought I have more accuracy. That's what I was going for. I would say this, I don't really care. And nobody expects anything from me. Like I could have done like 3 feet and it falls to the ground. And
you could have bowled it in there.
Literally like under my legs, people would be like, great job, Kay. Way to go. But you guys, and it's not just, it's any pro athlete. I truly don't see why you do it. Because the expectation is so high that even if you drill it like a perfect knuckleballer, like 80s, whatever, no one cares. Everyone's like, yeah, you're supposed to do it that way. But then all these athletes, the Taylor Luans, the pro athletes suck at throwing the pitch. So the expectation, I think, is too high. Don't you think? I feel bad for y'all.
Well, it's really interesting because, we play these pro-ams with professional athletes that are not golfers, or at least that are just getting into the game. And they'll go to like 16 at Phoenix, the party hole, or you get some, event where they're on 17 at TPC Sawgrass, and you see them like perform under pressure unbelievably in their own sports. And then they go out and it makes you feel good as a golfer because you're like, man, these guys are crazy, crazy athletic. They're amazing. And they come out here and they just, sometimes they hit a great shot, but most of the time, they don't. And I'm like, that's like my version of hitting like hitting the shot on 16 at Phoenix, where it's a sport that I haven't played in 10 years. And yet I'm still going out there and like, I'm as nervous or more nervous than I am to hit any golf shot. And yet at least I'm hitting golf shots every day. And now I've got to go try to perform. So it's risky for sure. Cause it's a no-win situation, but I mean, it's fun. And I've been on both sides. I mean, I went way wide, bounced one. I had been lubed up all day. And that was probably my problem. And I thought I was going to come in hard on my last one that I threw. And I'm telling you, like, it was closer to the dugout than home plate. Like, it was real bad. I'm really glad you guys didn't find that.
We did not see that. I was just like, this is annoying. Yeah. He's perfect at pitching. I didn't realize your dad was a pitcher. Let me throw this at you. Alvin Kamara, Saints great. He's at Wrigley 2 days after me. He throws, I think this is the first one. Look up. Okay.
See,
terrible.
That's what I did.
Okay. But then guess what he did? He asked for another pitch.
He wants it back.
Oh, no, he got it back. He asked and they gave it to him. And at that point, I'm like, Cubs, at the integrity of the game, the sacredness of we're letting him run it back. And then,
I mean, he's a 2-0 count.
Then the Saints are putting it out there like the first pitch didn't even happen. And I'm like, this is not propaganda that I can buy into. What do you make of like the rules of asking for a redo? No.
I've never seen that. I mean, I've never seen, at that point you may as well just throw, you may as well try to have a full count, strike the guy out. I mean, may as well throw 6 pitches.
They gave him a mulligan.
The fact that the Saints went and only posted the second. Nice, by the way. Yeah, mulligan. That's right.
I know things. Yeah, I think that's not okay. I feel like we should be more upset about whatever that was. Okay, I want to talk about.
You go ahead and tell them that because I'm not going to tell them that.
I will. I know the Saints social team. Alex, I'm looking at you. That was absolute bush league, and you will hear about it from me. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about basketball. Actually, I know you're a Mavs fan. I know that you and Gronk at TPC Sawgrass, of course, with FanDuel. You were talking about the Luka trade. I think you're a hoops guy. You've got you're a Mavs person. You also went to Texas. So Kevin Durant there. That trade was all over yesterday. It became official. What's your reaction to him going to Houston?
Well, I mean, it makes Houston, I think, an immediate title contender because they've already built that young squad that was awesome last year. And then, it's a place where he's going to have familiarity. I mean, they played, the Suns played a game actually in Austin last year against the Spurs. And it was I actually watched the game. It was cool to watch him go back. And play in Austin. And then now he's going to be, pretty close to home. At least, home for where he was for a year, but, and then go to a young squad where he's going to have a chance to make a run and kind of get maybe, he gets driven to a couple more all-star type seasons with veteran locker room presence. I mean, I don't like it personally because I don't root for the Rockets.
I know.
And I'm a Mavs fan, and we've just been through this emotional roller coaster in the last 6 months that is unforeseen maybe in the NBA. So it's wild. I didn't think he was coming to Dallas, but to go to Houston of all places, I mean, come on, man. But I respect it. It makes sense. I just don't like it.
I like how objective you are. I'm looking at FanDuel right now. Third best odds now, the Rockets. Third best odds to win the NBA title behind the Knicks and Thunder. That's a little wild. You're saying it was a roller coaster. What do you think it will be the most impactful acquisition? Durant to the Rockets or Cooper Flagg being drafted to your Mavs?
Well, immediately, I think it's pretty predictable to think that Durant to the Rockets is a huge ad. You know, the Mavs have to stay healthy, right? I mean, Cooper's potential is as high as anybody that we've seen in a long time, but Kyrie's going to be coming back late. AD, staying healthy. If you get a healthy AD and we stay in it, and as Kyrie's coming around, we're still sticking around kind of that 5-6 seed in the West when he comes back. Then the Mavs are set up to win now as well. But I just think, it's tough. To answer your question, I think it's an obvious answer for Durant on the Rockets to be a bigger impact, but to be able to have a chance to win now and to look forward to the next 20 years and maybe have our Dirk or our Luka, whatever what we thought was our Luka with Cooper Flagg. I mean, everyone's very excited about Cooper here, I hope he feels that.
I like your objectivity when it comes to this, even though I know you're a huge Mavs fan. With Kevin Durant, I think about his career, he's done it a long time. If I look at think about what makes him stand out, it's consistency, pure shooter, always hits the green. Who would you say is it's a hard question. Who's the Kevin Durant of the golf world?
Well, recently it's been Scottie Scheffler, right? You're talking about the person who's just going to step up and, he's going to throw 25 and 8 and 6 on you every night. So Scottie's been, the best historic type ball striking the last 3-4 years. So that would make the game about as easy as it gets, which is, I think, how Durant can make it look when he's on. So, Durant's been that way since he was in college, and it's crazy. I mean, he had some gruesome injuries, still came back, still kind of the same guy. And, now he gets to go get, a little fire lit under him with some young talent and some pressure to go perform with what would be his last, however many years he's got left. So Scottie's a little younger. He's got a bigger runway, but and obviously to be a Kevin Durant type player over your career in golf, you got to keep doing it for a long time. So that's Scottie's the best comparison lately for sure.
I think that's fair. Have you seen LeBron, his swing or anything? I'd love to get.
I saw the video.
I don't know. He wasn't a golfer. He's been golfing lately. You helped fix Gronk's swing. How would you size up LeBron?
It's pretty solid. A lot of times other athletes go to golf and they start swinging super long and their arms go everywhere, and it's compact. So there's some potential to obviously get a lot more power into it. But he's off to a good start there. I mean, shoot, anytime you get these stud athletes that want to get into the game, I don't know if he wants to get in the game or he just lost a bet or he just happened to be playing. I don't know why he was out there playing, because I don't think he golfed very often. But shoot, if that's what he wants to do post golf, that's going to be good for us.
How does he get more power? What's one tip you can give him? My production staff thinks he looked a little stiff.
Yeah, that's it. And really he can use his wrists more. It's just kind of an arm swing. So he could just get a lot more power if he let that club float a little, use his wrists a little bit. As he goes back, the club only gets what looks like a half swing. So, he gets a little bit more of a turn, throws his wrists into it a little bit. He can gain 30 yards, in 30 minutes, which is kind of cool, I think, for whoever's going to, if he cares, whoever's going to get to coach him on that, he's going to be pretty excited about that, I think.
Sounds like it could be you. Just keep at it, kiddo. Keep at it, King James.
I don't have the time. I don't have the time right now. I don't have the
time.
You don't.
Right now. Yeah, you're rehabbing. This has been a rare stretch for you. You had to withdraw from the Travelers, of course, last month. How are you in your rehab?
Yeah, I'm good. It was a weird neck spasm thing that just came up, and I just couldn't get through the round. But it was a strange deal. I've got a good team here that I work with, and I knew it was going to be short-lived, and it was only kind of a few days. I've been back to full strength, getting ready for, the Open Championship next week, our last major of the year, and then we have our playoffs after that. So a lot of big events left. But yeah, I have no restrictions, which is great.
So we'll see you out there at the Open Championship.
Yeah, I'll be at the Open Championship. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit of a late arrival, but I'll be there. Luckily I played the Open at this course in Northern Ireland 6 years ago now, so I won't feel like I have to learn a new place. But yeah, just trying to get all the work in before baby comes, make sure everybody's good, and then I'll head overseas.
You won the Open in 2017. What do you remember?
Well, I could tell you, I remember a lot. This is going to be my maybe 13th Open. And it's probably my favorite tournament in the world. Really? We play on different golf courses. We go around to kind of the home of golf, and we bounce around these courses with, 200 years of history, some of them. And there's just nothing like it. The crowds are incredible. They're the most knowledgeable fans in the world, and it's the most global tournament that we play. So it really is fun. You got to battle all the conditions. We probably will play, in 4 seasons in a day a couple times, which is also unique. So I very much look forward to it. When I won in 2017, I had a pretty awesome finish. I had the lead and I lost it, and then I had kind of a huge heat run the last 5 holes to finish the tournament, which will go down as one of kind of the best stretches of golf I ever played. So it was timely as well. So hopefully run a few more of those back in a couple weeks.
I'm excited about this. I don't really know what a delayed arrival means. Is that what does that mean?
Well, yeah, like for an Open, you get in on, for a major, sometimes you get in the Sunday before. We start on a Thursday and play the Sunday. But, with baby coming this week, I don't know when I'm going to get over there, I guess I should say.
Not another cute little Spieth baby. I'm so excited. Not to bring up like a TMZ part of this. I'm going to go a little dark here on you. But you were busted. Okay. You've been in a solid relationship since 2017. You and this blade putter. What's going on? Because you were spotted with this mallet thing in your bag. Jordan, what do I need to know here? Busted.
No, so when I got home, so I've used a putter that I got when I was 13 or 14. And I've used a different putter here and there in college, and then sometimes professionally, and then a couple tournaments here and there. And then this year I started using a new one, my second event of the year that I've been using all year. And then when I had this few week break, I just kind of went back and grabbed a bunch of putters out, and I wanted to test them and just see, where I was at with where my stroke is now, which one's going to be setting up the most consistently, which one's going to be performing. And, I'm still using the one that I've been using this year. So that one was in the bag because I was trying it out, and I was at my junior event that I was hosting, and I guess somebody took a picture of it because it happened to be on the front of the bag. But I tried like 4 or 5 different putters here, and then I'm still using the one that I was. So no big story.
So there's no breakup news here. It's you and the blade at the Open.
That's right.
This is the shit people want to know, Jordan. This is my investigative reporting here. That there was a
I was gonna say I don't think that one came from you, but
it did not. It came from the internet, but people care. They really care. It's amazing. I wanted to ask you about the Ryder Cup. Keegan Bradley, he's the captain. I understand that you two have a close friendship, a good relationship. It's so fascinating to me. Like, I don't track golf that much, but I'm fascinated by these decisions. The Ryder Cup, I'll watch it. It's amazing. Do you think he should play as well as being captain?
As of right now, I mean, if he's playing as a top 12 American player, then he should be on that team, in my opinion. I think you throw out the politics. He's got a great group of assistant captains around him. The PGA of America will clear whatever they need to clear up for it. The historical significance of like how few people have ever done it and all that. Like, the idea was to go younger with the captain. So if that's going to be the idea going forward, then you might run into this situation, more often than it ever happened before. So, there was a good chance. I mean, there's a good chance Tiger, could be a captain soon, maybe the next one. And if he is somehow, and I'm not sure that he will be, but if he's somehow back to playing well, you don't think people would want him on? For me, it's just, if this guy's going to be one of the best 10 players at that tournament, which how he's playing right now, then of course you want him on the team. And that's me saying that. And I want him not to be, because it opens up a pick for me, maybe. So like, for the betterment of the team, I think he deserves it right now. And I hope to, go try to steal one of those picks away from him.
How do you feel about that? I feel like, yes. Go ahead.
So I've played some rounds with him. I've been paired with him, in the last month or so, a couple months. I've been playing better and better as the year's gone on. So he and I were both contending a few weeks ago, and on the 18th hole, he's like, hey, he's always trying to pump me up. He's like, all right, keep this going, kid. Keep this going, kid. Come on, we want you on that team. Keep it going, keep it going. And I'm like, well, stop stealing points away from me, man. Like, we just tied this tournament. Like, if you want that, just miss that 5-footer you just made, and I'll get more points. Like, he's selfish.
Yeah, we agree that you shouldn't
keep saying, I don't want to pick it. I want to get my guys on the team, and then he just goes out there and wins. It's just like,
Well, I think you're both going to be there. That's what I'm calling. And he would be. I mean, I like that you said throw away the politics. And I didn't know that they were trying to go younger. It's such an educational morning for me. But he would be the first playing captain since Arnold Palmer, which is insane.
Right.
Which was 1963.
Right, we've just always had captains that, were past their prime playing days, and Keegan's not. And so to have somebody that's there every week competing with the guys that he's going to be like, I find it to be beneficial. And I guess, we'll have to see, but, this is what you'll run into. I don't think that he would have guessed this 2 years ago, and then he's been on a tear. And good for him. I mean, it's awesome. He's a great guy. The players love him. He picked vice captains that everybody loves, and that people are around a lot. It's just going to be a really fun atmosphere, but there's nobody more passionate about the Ryder Cup or Team USA ever, that I've ever met than Keegan Bradley. So I think the hardest, almost it'd be better for him to be playing, so he's not just, he might have a heart attack if he's just on the sidelines. That's how crazy he's about it.
That's why you need to be there. You can balance him out. Okay, I love that you're feeling good. I love that you're getting ready for a baby. Let's wrap this with the Cowboys. I got to tell you, I'm in. I'm in on them. I think nobody has lower expectations for what they can do. I know they brought in George. That might have bumped it up a little bit. I love what they're doing. I know last year when I talked to you, I remember you talking about the running back room. You weren't sold on it. You weren't wrong. How are you feeling about your Cowboys?
Well, I think the hardest part is the division now is hard, right? So, Washington, if I weren't a Cowboys fan, I'd want to be a Washington fan. They're just exciting. They're awesome. And then the Eagles, defending champs, we got to open up with the Eagles in Philly. It's just, I think we got a hard schedule this year too. It's, it's to be third in your division and Vegas is pretty good, by the way. If anyone didn't know that.
Go FanDuel!
So yeah, exactly. FanDuel's pretty good. I'm high on him. I'm in that cycle where I'm building up the confidence again, the unrealistic expectations, and then so I'm slowly getting there as we get. The cycle. You've seen the chart of a Cowboys fan, right? You build up. We're going to win the Super Bowl, and then and then we don't. But I will say I've seen that Dak's been working hard. Dak's been in the best shape of his life. If he's healthy, now we've got these weapons. We've got. I think our line of scrimmage will be really solid. And again, it's a tough schedule. We got to win a couple of these division road games. And if we do that, then I love our chances.
No one's repeated in the NFC East since 2004. That plays
you want
in
to bet
your
against the
favor.
Eagles?
Yeah, I'm just saying, no teams won back-to-back titles. That was 20 years ago. It was a long time ago.
That is crazy. That is a crazy stat.
Different winner every year. What? That could be you. What's your big question about your Cowboys?
Just staying healthy. Just Dak playing every game at a high level. And he's been playing at a high level. Just needs to be healthy. And I think it seems like he's really been on that. And but yeah, it's there's always a lot of questions. I'm building hope right now. And then as we reach August 1st, then I start getting real hyped about it. And then here we go again. Then we're into the season.
I don't know if you're hyped about it.
We won. Who we beat first game last year? Demolished, I think, Cleveland, who was supposed to be really good, have a great defense starting the year, and it was just like, oh boy, here we go. It just all went downhill from there. So.
Last one for you. You have 3 hole-in-ones in your PGA Tour career. I had Raiders Hall of Famer Tim Brown on the show a couple weeks ago, and he said he has 5 hole-in-ones, including one at Augusta. 5. What do you think of that? Awesome. Is that not insane?
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of somebody with like more than 2 that's not either college player or professional player. That's really, really impressive. Yeah. And one at Augusta, that had to be an epic day, probably a very expensive day, but epic day.
He got like a plaque and everything. He has all this hardware behind him, like all of the, the awards and accolades and stuff. And he was like, but let me show you that's all he wanted to talk about was Augusta, which like obviously golf is so special. So I've learned a lot here. LeBron, use your wrists. Just get better every day. You do not believe in the Cowboys, which I think is going to play in their favor. I like this. I didn't
say that.
I said
I'm building hope.
You're like,
I'm building hope.
Okay, we're building hope, and we're building more than hope with you at the Open in a couple of weeks with your Blade Calm Down Internet. That about sums it up.
Yeah.
And you're having a baby this week.
And not all first pitches are great, and you can ask for a second. I learned that today. I didn't know that, so that may get me to go back out there.
But you shouldn't. And all your pitches are amazing. I can't believe you've done it 5 times. That's actually insane. Jordan Spieth, we appreciate you. We love your partnership with FanDuel. Good luck in a couple of weeks, and we'll see you at the Ryder Cup.
Thanks, Kay. Keep up the great work. See y'all.
I just did that with my left hand. That's not okay. We'll be back. Patrick Mahomes is on the show. We'll talk a little AFC side of things. We got the NFC Cowboys talk in with our guy Jordan, and we will be back. I love him. He's so great. I love him. He's great.
We avoided a big putter scandal. You did it.
I just feel, he goes, that question's not yours. Yeah, no shit. That question. I wish we should stream the calls where I'm like, explain it again. What is a blade? Who makes the blade? And Brian is like, no, Blade is a kind. And I'm like, is this a brand thing? Maybe it's a Titleist First Callaway thing. I don't know. And he's like, no, it's a club. It's not a brand. Like, calm. I thought it was like the Binford Blade 7000. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, back to my pitch. Do we have
back to your pitch?
Yeah. Listen.
Let's pull it up.
The one from Marquis, thank you. I just feel like I did a great job. No, actually, really, I measure 6. I mean, no one hates anything that they do more than I do, but so I hated it. So. But I can't explain. I don't care if I can't get up for caring. Look at how lazy I am.
Yeah.
And it's not really nerves. I don't really think of anything. It was very, very reminiscent of anything that I do or the first pitch. I really didn't think about it. I really didn't.
I feel like there's a whole, the Rowan Gardner jersey was fantastic. It was a fantastic touch, by the way. That was the best.
I overdid it on the big screen. They had me. I was doing that too much. I was like, maybe I tuckered myself out.
Maybe you should have thrown the floater.
To be honest, To be honest, I heard the voice of Peter Schrager in my head when I was before the pitch, because at Super Bowl we once did those kicks. Remember?
Yeah.
The extra points or the field goals, whatever. And I was on fire. I was Gostkowski prime. My leg could not miss. And Schrager looks at me and goes, this is during a break. He's like, you're going to tire yourself out. Whatever. And then when it finally came time to do it, I completely botched it. And he was not wrong. I completely got overworked. Yeah. So I tried not to do that.
30 field goals.
I know. And he kept saying like a brother. It was just what, you stop it. And then I kept doing it. So, but it was fun. Again, we need to get FanDuel security on this Clark character. A, put on some pants. B, also he overdid it. You don't have to run. I want to say that. You don't have to run all that way. We're going to get back to this.
If we go to Bears camp, he's getting the invite.
Back on Up and Adams, big thanks to Jordan Spieth ahead of the Open, which he won back in 2017. He's feeling good, rehabbing great, and was very excited to have him on the show. Thanks for being here, everybody. It's Up and Adams. It's FanDuel TV. It is YouTube. It is MSG Network. And thanks to State Farm. Iconic commercials. We've all seen them grow and evolve and all the cameos and all of that. I got a chance to sit down with Patrick Mahomes last week in Kansas City ahead of a new campaign that we can't quite talk about yet. But we did talk about everything from the idea of a Chiefs revenge tour, ? His mentality, his relationship with his team, with fun. I thought that was really interesting. The NFL's top 100 list and so much more. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City, State Farm. What does it feel like to be out here today?
It feels great. We're in beautiful Kansas City. It's a little hot, but it's been a lot of fun shooting with State Farm.
You've been with State Farm a long time. I did my research. This predates your children, your marriage, 2019. Do you remember your very first commercial?
I do, yeah. I was very nervous. Luckily for me, Aaron was already a pro at it, so he had most of the lines, and so it was me, Aaron, and his fake agent, if you remember those.
I do.
Remember those commercials, and so I didn't have a lot of lines, but it introduced me to what it was like to be a part of this great company.
Were you nervous back then? What was Patrick Mahomes back then versus now in these ads?
Definitely more nervous, just more trying to say exactly what the line is, more trying to do what they're saying to do, whereas now I feel more comfortable riffing and kind of being myself and having my own personality with it.
Does it feel like State Farm is a part of your family? And what went into wanting to partner with them?
Yeah, it definitely feels like they're a part of my family. I mean, first off, I am someone that uses State Farm, so I have my own agent, Debbie. She's awesome. We has been close to my family now and using that. And then as well as they've partnered with 15 of the Mahomies. They've brought in my teammates, my coaches, and they want it to be more authentic to me and not just a partnership, a transaction. They want it to be something that really boosts me and my family and my friends as well.
Tell me about Debbie. What can you tell me about Debbie?
She's awesome.
I love that.
Her kids have been at my charity golf tournament stuff and at my gala. And so it's just cool because it's not like I'm just a face of the company that doesn't utilize the same products that the company does. I'm a part of the State Farm family, part of the insurance and everything that goes with being a part of State Farm.
And they really keep upping the ante. Every commercial, every ad, the cameos over the years, they really become iconic spots. I have to know, when you're home and those ads come on every 5 seconds, and we love that, what do the kids say? What is the reaction in the Mahomes house?
The funniest thing is Jake from State Farm, he shows up obviously always with me, and so my daughter always says, "Hey Dad, it's your friend." And so he is my friend now, Jake, and so to be a part of this campaign that's went along so long now, it's cool to see Coach Reed be a part of it. It's cool to see Travis be a part of it.
I'm watching Jake back there. He's got people carrying umbrellas for him, fanning him. Has he handled fame well?
He's done all right, It's definitely he's got more people now. When he first got here, he was just one person with him. Got to do in his wardrobe and everything like that. Now it's like he's got a fan, he's got an umbrella, he's got the whole thing. But he's a really good dude, and we built a great relationship. He loves sports, which is awesome, and it's been cool to see him blossom into the person that he is and really taking on the role of Jake from State Farm.
We feel like we're part of your family as NFL fans because we saw the beautiful debut of Golden on Instagram. You and Brittany, the entire family. They say having one kid is man coverage, two is zone. What's three?
It's a lot of work. I don't know. It's like a boxing one on Dad. I feel like now it's cool because Brittany gets to take care of Golden a lot now, and I've actually in this off season been able to spend a lot of time with my two other kids because whenever she's doing nap time or doing bedtime or whatever that is, that means Dad's 2-on-1 going out there and doing the full court press. And so it's been a lot of fun. The kids are getting older now. They really enjoy sports. They enjoy music, and it's cool to see their interests and try to go out and maximize those. And now it's July, and now let's talk about this season and what's ahead. I'm seeing the terms revenge tour. I've actually said that one. I've seen scorched earth. Can you frame what your mentality is so I know how to talk about it? I'm honestly just ready to play football again. Whenever you lose, you kind of have this taste in your mouth that you want to go out there and revenge that or whatever you want to say. But at the same time, I feel like I've had to sit back and just listen to people talk. And I'm like, let's just play football and just handle it all out there. And I don't really want to talk about it. I just want to go out and show who we are as a Kansas City Chiefs. State Farm is a key to success as an adult, as a company, as an entity in a lot of different ways. What is one specific key to success for your Chiefs this year? I think it's just us having fun again. I mean, it's always been fun playing on the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's what makes it special. And I feel like last year, I don't want to say it was pressure, but guys wanted to go out there and win every single week, not for the fun of the game, just because we're supposed to. Let's go out there and have fun. I mean, the wins will come if we play the way that we know we can play. We have the talent, we have the coaches, we work harder than anybody in the NFL. So let's go out there and have fun and let the results handle themselves.
You won 15 games with a banged-up team, not your number one wide receiver, a full complement. In that receiver room, what are you most excited about outside of hopefully health?
I think it's just going to come from everywhere. I mean, obviously you got Rasheed being back. He looks great. You have Xavier Worthy, who came on so strong at the end of last year. You have Hollywood Brown healthy again. Guys everywhere. You add in Travis Kelce, a Hall of Famer, and Noah Gray, a great tight end, and everybody that we've added to all those different rooms. Well, we have so many weapons. Let's go out there and just maximize it all. It's not going to be just one person. It's going to be the entire offense going out there and showcasing what the Kansas City Chiefs truly are.
There's a lot of, they did this, free agency, draft, the other teams in the AFC, and I'm like, okay, but the Chiefs are like, I honestly think it might be your deepest receiver room. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is going to be the deepest. I mean, it's hard to always say, like, you had Tyreek and Travis Kelce, Hall of Famers in the prime of their careers, and that it's hard to always say that it could be deeper than that, but at the same time, it's not the depth. I mean, it's going to be hard to make cuts because we have so many great receivers that we could be 8, 9 deep, the guys I can see making the roster, and that's what you want. You want competition. And we have that. Brett Veach, Coach Reed have done a great job of bringing guys in, and they've been competing, and we're excited to get to St. Joe, Missouri, and go out there and compete and showcase who we are.
I can tell there's a whole vibe happening here with Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT here. Tom Brady had this incredible thing to say about how if he had to pick one person to sort of pass what he was able to do, it is you. He could have said nobody. No, I don't see anybody able to do that. You're in year 9, which is wild. Yeah, wild since you were drafted. How much more do you think about your legacy now as 30 approaches, as year 9 is here?
I think that's always in the back of your mind, even from the beginning of my career. But at the end of the day, it's about taking it a day by a time, a day and a day, just continuing to do that. And that's something that I've been conscious of knowing that how blessed I am to be in Kansas City, to have all these great players around me. And having Tom, a guy like that, say that, I mean, it just motivates me even more. And I've actually talked to Tom a good amount this offseason, and it's cool that he wants to give me advice. You know, he doesn't have to be like that. He's such a good dude, and I have so much respect for him, and I'll take any advice he gives me.
What does he say to you? What's the best advice?
I got to keep the secrets, you know. But he always talks about being yourself. He thinks that, which I truly believe too, is that guys can spot when you're not authentic and you're not putting in the work. And that's something that he did every single day. That's why guys respected him so much. And that's all I'm going to do for the rest of my career. And I feel like I've done so far is I'm always myself. No matter if you like me or if you don't like me, you know that I'm giving everything I can to win the football games.
He's on the call week too. Eagles.
Yeah, that'll be a good one, you know. We have a little bit of history at least.
When you saw that on the schedule, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, it's the start of our season, really, is a lot of great football teams, and that's whenever you win a lot of games, you play a lot of great football teams. And so go to Brazil, play against the Chargers, who are going to be hungry to beat us. It's an awesome golf cart. And then you continue on to play the Eagles week 2, Super Bowl rematch. Obviously, they got after us this Super Bowl, and so it'll be a great challenge for us to see where we're at. And so it's early in the season, but we'll get to go out there and play against the best of the best.
Max Crosby made news yesterday. Nice things about you, calling you the greatest quarterback there. Would you like to return the compliment? I feel like you two are so fun. What is the dynamic there, Patrick? Because you get after each other. I see the highlights, the headbutts, the this, that. And then you're both like, I love him. I respect him so great. What's the dynamic?
You know, I have so much respect for all those guys in the league that are about their craft. They're about being better and better. And like he said, like, we're going to compete. We know when we step in that football field, we're going up against each other. It's the Raiders. It's the Chiefs. It's two of the greatest in the league going at each other, every snap, and then continuing to do it twice a year. And so there's so much healthy respect. But when we get on that football field, it's going to be trash talk. It's going to be going out there, and he's going to be trying to get to me. I'm going to be trying to make big plays happen. But those are the guys that, like I always say, like, obviously he's on the other team, so I want to go up against him and beat him. But that's the guys you want on your team, the guys that are going to leave it all out there no matter what the score is, and be the best that they can possibly be every snap.
You don't want to say he's the best pass rusher in the business right now?
No, he's the best. I mean, I think he sacked me the most out of anyone I've ever played against.
Oh,
so,
really?
I mean, to me, he's the best pass rusher that I've played against. And so, no offense to any other pass rusher, just putting it out there. But he is the best one that I've went up against because he goes out there and he gives you the effort, he has the moves, and he has the skill. And I think that's hard to have all three of those and do that a year in and year out.
Ultimate respect there. I think I know where he's putting you on the top 100 list. You've been for a bunch, sort of iconic relationship with the top 100 list. How would you describe that relationship this year? You know it's coming.
I know it's coming. I mean, I know it's like year by year thing, and so there's a lot of great quarterbacks, a lot of great players in this league, and they can rank me wherever they rank me. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to do is win Super Bowls, and I don't care where I am on that list. No offense.
I want to ask about the Mavericks. I don't quite know what's going on. I know you are all over it. I know it's on in the trailer here at our State Farm commercial. What are you making about Cooper? Tell me everything I need to know about your thoughts on Cooper Flag.
So I'm like a very low-key Duke fan as well. I was growing up, J.J. Redick, Sheldon Richardson, like all the guys, Sheldon Williams, all the guys that were just like my childhood. But obviously I'm a Texas Tech fan now, and so I watched Cooper Flag last year, great player, and I was extremely excited for him to come to the Mavs. Once they get healthy, they'll have as good a chance of anybody of taking home the championship.
Let's go!
But we're gonna have to do a lot of work. He's going to continue to get better and better, and I still love my guy Luka no matter what. So I'll be rooting for him as well. But my Mavs got a chance, man. We got some hope again in Dallas.
Can you tell me why outside of Cooper? Just give me a little.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got Kyrie when he gets back. He's one of the best point guards of all time. And then you got Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, Gafford. We're like 10 deep. P.J. Washington, Najee Marshall, play defense, shoot threes. And then we got playmakers that can go out there and make plays.
Did we know you were a Duke fan? Does the world know that? I did not know that.
No, I don't know. There's pictures of me with Duke jerseys on when I was young. So, I mean, they're out there.
Last time I saw you, you called out, it was a Christmas, you called out Travis Kelce on his acting skills. Mm-hmm. Tell me this, 3 days into training camp, Happy Gilmore 2 comes out. Are you guys pulling up some big screen popcorn, junior mints, and letting everybody watch? What's going to happen in St. Joe's?
For sure. I mean, first off, it's Happy Gilmore 2. I mean, Happy Gilmore, iconic movie in my childhood. Still watch it to this day. And then having Travis Kelce in there, and I've heard his part's great. He won't tell me a lot.
Really?
But I've heard his part's great. So let's get everybody together. I want to rent out a movie theater and let it be a team bonding experience.
And I'm sure you get asked about Jake more than anybody in the entire world.
Jake's the guy, man. He's the guy with the khakis.
He's being carried off. I mean, he's being fanned. There's a lot. He's a celebrity. Lots going on here. All right, Patrick, thank you. Good luck this year.
Yeah, thank you.
More to come from State Farm. Of course, there's a football field, and he's iconic. And in those commercials, the star, there are so many cameos. That's all I can say. That's all I will say for now. But big thanks to State Farm, of course. Just incredible to sit with him and sort of feel his energy, get a little behind the scenes of his mentality. And I'll get into sort of my thoughts from the interview after this. We'll be right back. Ham, what stood out to you?
Great job. I mean, there were a lot of things there that stood out. I mean, him mentioning Sheldon Williams and being a Duke fan, just in the basketball nerd in me, was that was fun. But yeah, I think I mean, knowing how competitive Tom Brady is and how much his legacy means to him, that was definitely something. The fact that he's actually giving Patrick Mahomes advice. I think that might be something Raiders fans don't necessarily want to hear.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even think about that.
But yeah, but I thought that was something that was fascinating to me, because yeah, I always wondered, when Tom walks away from the game, how is he going to be with this younger generation? Is he still going to be competitive with them? Is he going to be there as a sounding board and a resource? And clearly he is. He's embracing.
Well, he can be to everyone else, but Patrick is so interesting because Tom said, and you didn't have to say it, and the weirdness of it is Tom said that Patrick can beat me. Yeah. Tom said, if somebody's going to beat me, it's Patrick. And when that happened, I think a lot of people, you and me included, were like, interesting. Like, he doesn't have to say that. And then that's why I asked Patrick about it, because it was based off of, like, Tom said this thing that objectively, if you look at it is true, but like for Tom to admit that and then to double down and be like, I'm getting advice from him, and then to triple down and not give me a lick into those goat on goat conversations, which he shouldn't. I would have been disappointed if he did, you know? So that
exactly.
is fascinating. And just him, you know, like, but seriously, like, take me into those conversations. That would be amazing. How much time do we have in break? 1 minute.
1 minute left.
Yeah. There's also this, We talked a lot, you and I, before, like talking about like the health, like no player wants to talk about the health, but like we really forget about this receiver room.
Yeah.
And what went on there and now what is able to happen here. I think that's what stuck out to me. And I know that I sort of baited him into saying like most depth, right? And he brought up Tyreek and Travis, but it's a totally different world right now with that. And I think people are not paying attention.
And I feel like we didn't make it as big a deal because, one, they still won 15 games, and two, it's like it's the Chiefs and no one wants to make excuses for the Chiefs, but it really was a huge. They didn't have Hollywood Brown for almost the entire season. They didn't have Rashee Rice after, what was it, week 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a huge deal.
Cut. What people I think are latching on to here on Up and Adams back with Matt Hamilton, of course, and breaking down like the Patrick Mahomes interview. Thanks for everybody for hanging out on the YouTube. I think that what stuck out to me the most, obviously his mentality of I just want to play ball. He cannot freaking wait. He can't wait. He seems extra confident. I felt like Hamilton when I brought up Eagles week 2, I don't think he's really thought about it. And then maybe that's like ignorant of me, but I think he's someone who like, it's behind you. Sure. I almost think he's saying that it motivates him just to make sure that everyone knows, like it's like the right thing to say or something. But like, I think he is so like, I think like that's what winners do. Like it's behind me. Now let's effing go. And it is a 15-win team. And there's a lot of pressure on this rookie offensive lineman to get with it quickly. And I hope that he does, because that's a big part of it. I also thought it was interesting, just his, and you and I have talked about this, him talking about the fun part of it.
Yeah.
And like, we've always seen them have fun. We saw a little bit of frustration, of course, like at times, I guess, like, I don't know, but I think the idea of like Patrick putting it and then really focusing on the fun is hell on earth, an actual hellscape for all NFL teams and personnel and quarterbacks and coaches and D coordinators out there. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Hamilton, for nodding. Love ya. We're back.